And welcome back to Otaku no Video. As always, thank you very much for joining me for my review of Halo Legends. And unfortunately, I am almost exactly the wrong person to review Halo Legends. I haven't been a gamer for about 10 years now. I just fallen out of the habit. I haven't really played any first-person shooters in that time. I never really got into Halo. I played a bit of it. But, moreover, I'm not a big fan of action movies, at least in the sense of people shooting at each other. Martial arts are awesome. But, just, I've got a laser gun and I'm shooting at you and you've got a laser gun shooting at me or what have you, doesn't really get me going. So, this is not made for me. It is a series of 7 short films about the Halo universe, released in the fall of 2009, totaling about 2 hours of footage. And, okay, so I can tell you about what it is. The animation obviously varies from one short film to the next. Some episodes have CGI, some have more hand-drawn, some have fairly basic direction, some are impressively cinematic, and that's all well and good. Now, the overall level of quality is about what you'd expect from an OVA in Japan. It's certainly higher than TV budget, there's attention to detail, but it obviously doesn't have the intense storytelling or the intense sequences you get from a movie, because there's just not the time to build up the characters or establish other stuff that's going on. And the main problem here is that all of these sequences are very action heavy. Since there's not enough time to really establish much beyond basic characters, even the quieter episodes have a lot of action. So this ain't subtle. The direction really favors action choreography and action editing. So there's just not much else going on here other than people firing at each other. Just to be to be aware of that. And there's some complexity. There's some story going on there, but it is basically actiony. Now, I do want to single out 2 episodes that I thought were really remarkable. One is called Homecoming. It's about a Spartan that escapes from the Spartan program and tracks down her, yes, her, original family and on all of the drama involved there. It's done by B-Train, and I was very impressed with how much, in so little time, they were able to really establish a character, make you feel about her, and really tell a story that's gripping and emotionally involving. You really feel for that character by the end. Good job. The other one, of course, is Odd One Out by Toei Animation. They're the makers of Dragon Ball Z and One Piece and others. And they basically said, can we just make a Dragon Ball Z parody, please? And so they do. Basically, a random unlucky Spartan crash lands on a planet. There's a dinosaur, which is also the pet of a couple of kids. The kids have an older brother and sister who are Dragon Ball Z characters. I mean, they have the Akira Toriyama eyes. They always stand kind of like this, backs arched and arms out and sort of fists clenched all the time. They can, launch themselves at things and do crazy attacks. It's great. And then the Covenant launches this weird ape thing at this planet, and they have to fight it, and it's just totally ridiculous, over-the-top action. It's great fun. And I want to give Toei the "You Have Balls, Sir" award for that particular episode. It's just so much fun. And it's just neat seeing someone taking it in that kind of weird direction. But overall, Halo Legends is just action stories for Halo fans, basically. There's nothing wrong with that, obviously, but it's really, you either need to be a Halo fan or you need to be a big fan of gun-toting action movies to really get a lot out of Halo Legends. And it's fairly talky. I mean, it is, there's a fair amount of here's what's happening in the Halo universe, and here's the backstory and so forth, and stuff that would be of more interest to Halo players than the average person off the street who hasn't played Halo before. So just be aware. So that's it. The voice work is perfectly solid. No complaints there. And it's certainly widely available if you want to check it out. As you can tell, I'm not the right person to say whether you should watch it or not, or whether it's, it's a wonderful piece of work or whatever. But, it is certainly it's got a beautiful series of action sequences. If you like Halo, if you like action, this is definitely going to be right down your alley. And there's some impressive character work there as well in bits and pieces. But you probably want to be a little up on your Halo if you're going to watch this. So that's just my opinion. So if you watched Halo and otherwise want to talk about it, or just don't want to talk about anime and manga, please stop by my website at otakunovideo.net. And thanks for joining me. Until next time, may your gun never jam.